nice sunny Friday morning here in the southeast, northwest Georgia. And today I want to talk to you for a few minutes and actually do a guided meditation for you guys. So if you're tuning in, I appreciate you being here with us and joining us. I've got my coffee. Had a good dose of caffeine this morning, and so let's just start digging in. You know, so many times I have clients come to see me that say, well, I've tried meditating in the past. I've tried the different types of meditation and I just can't do it. I can't find anything that works. I can't make it happen. And a lot of times when we start digging deeper into what they think is meditation and meditating and what they've been trying to do, I find that there's misconceptions out there on what mindfulness meditation is, what being mindful is. There's a lot of misconceptions out there. They think that we've got to just clear our mind from everything, or we got to have this soft music playing in the background, or we got to have this special cushion to sit on, and and that's just not the case. And so today I thought, with a little tongue-in-cheek, that we would go through what I want to call a brutally honest guided meditation. And to help you, if you've tried meditating in the past and you've had trouble with it and you feel like that you just haven't been able to do it correctly, this video is going to be for you. So welcome today to the only guided meditation that is not going to sugarcoat your reality. I'm not going to tell you to just breathe through it, and I'm certainly not going to pretend that everything in your life is going to be magically fixed just because you set an intention. And what are these words that these people are using all the time? You know, here's the truth about meditation. It's not about escaping your problems. It's not about pretending that your stress does not exist. It's not about convincing yourself that you're floating on some cosmic wave of good vibes. I mean, for some people that's great, but in the real world, it's not about any of that. What meditation is, it's actually about being able to get real with yourself. It's about seeing your thoughts for what they actually are, just thoughts. And it's about realizing that the only person who's going to change your life is you. I can't change your life. Your friends can't change your life. A new house can't change your life. A new car can't change your life. A new spouse, a new girlfriend, a new boyfriend. None of that is going to change your life because you keep carrying the same old baggage with you to all of these places. I've done a video on that recently. But today we're wanting to offer up a brutally honest guided meditation. And if you're ready to actually focus and to break free from all the crap that's running around in your mind, then let's begin. Step one. The first thing you need to do is sit down and shut up. Yep, that's it. Just sit. You don't need a special cushion. You don't need candles. You don't need soft music, new age music playing in the background. You don't need wind chimes in the distance. You don't need water features. You don't need any of that. You don't need the sound of a distant waterfall to help you reach enlightenment. All you need is a chair, a floor, or whatever will keep you in one place for a few minutes. So sit down. Just sit. Then shut up. Not just your mouth, but that inner monologue that's going on, that's already questioning whether you're doing this right. The spoiler alert, if you're sitting here doing it, you are doing it right. So step 1, sit down, shut up. And yes, you're doing it right. Step 2, breathe like a functioning human being. So forget all of the complicated breathing techniques that you've seen out there. There's a time and a place for breath work. And I do use breath work, and I do use certain breathing techniques at times when I'm working with clients. But for your brutally honest meditation today, you don't need these complicated breathing techniques. You don't need to inhale through one nostril, hold it, count to 4, and then exhale like you're a Tibetan monk. It's just, you don't have to do that. Just breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. And stop making it more complicated than it is. The point is not to control your breath like some mystical yogi. It's actually to pay attention to your breath. Because if you can't even notice yourself breathing, how in the world are you supposed to notice the 50 other ways that you're sabotaging your own progress? This breath is one tool that you have with you all the time. And so just begin noticing your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Normally. And then step 3, notice your thoughts. And then stop giving them so much power. Because this is where it's going to get interesting. As you sit here, breathing like a normal human being, your mind is going to start throwing random garbage at you instantly. A lot of people tell me, well, I just can't meditate because all of these thoughts start up in my head and they're ruminating. Maybe it's your to-do list. Maybe it's a memory of something stupid you said in 2008. Maybe it's a random jingle from a commercial that you haven't seen in 10 years. You're welcome now that that's there, right? But the thing is, that's okay. That's fine. That's what your brain does. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to produce thoughts. And just because a thought pops in your head, it does not mean you have to believe it. It does not mean you have to react to it. It does not mean you have to follow it down the rabbit hole. You sit down, you start to meditate. You're noticing your breath. A thought comes in. I need to check my phone. No, you don't. You sit down, you start breathing, noticing your breath, you're meditating. The thought pops in, I suck at meditating. Also, no, because meditation is not something that you succeed or fail at. It's something you do. You sit down, you start noticing your breath. You're breathing in and you're out. You notice the itch that comes on. Your nose starts itching, or you feel a cramp in your leg, or your big toe is hurting, or the thought pops in, this is boring. Yeah, that's the point. You're noticing these thoughts and you sit with them. You don't react. You don't follow that thought down the rabbit hole. You watch that thought. You notice that thought. Your mind is used to being in control of you. And it runs wild all day long. It goes unchecked. And it's dictating your emotions. And it's making you act out of habit. Meditation is that moment where you stop being your mind's puppet. Step 4, stop expecting instant zen. If you came here expecting to reach some blissful, euphoric state of peace and harmony, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that's not how brutally honest meditation works. It's not about feeling good in the moment. It's about training your mind so that you don't fall apart the second life gets hard. And life's going to get hard. It's about becoming aware of the patterns that run your life so that you can stop being prisoner. So if you're sitting here thinking, well, I don't feel any different, congratulations. That means you're actually doing this right. You're not here to escape reality. You're here to become more aware of it. Then step 5, the brutal truth that you've been avoiding. So let's cut through all the BS and the nonsense now. Your stress is not going to disappear because you took 10 deep breaths. Your problems are not going to solve themselves just because you cultivated your inner peace. Your negative thought patterns are not going to magically disappear just because you sat still for 10 minutes. It's just not how it works. But what's going to happen, what I can promise you will happen, is if you actually make this a habit, is that you'll start to see just how much of your suffering is self-inflicted. You'll begin to notice how often you react out of habit instead of choice. We've talked about responding instead of reacting. And if you do this and you make a habit of sitting, breathing, noticing your thoughts, when your mind wanders, bring yourself back to your breath. Another thought will pop in. You'll bring yourself back to your breathing. And you'll just notice those thoughts without judgment, without emotion. And you'll begin to realize that you don't have to believe every anxious thought, every insecure thought, every limiting belief or self-defeating thought that pops into your head. And that's where the real power of meditation and mindfulness lives. It's not to escape your life, but to become so aware of it that you stop letting it control your actions and your body. Then step 6, ending the meditation and then actually applying it to your life. You know, time's up. If you've made it this far without quitting, then congratulate yourself. But before you rush off to start scrolling on your phone again or diving back into all of the usual distractions that you use throughout the day, I hope that this is very clear to you. Meditation does not work unless you actually apply what you learn from it. That means that when you feel stress creeping in later today, and it will, remember that you don't have to immediately react to those feelings. You don't have to immediately react to those emotions. You don't have to immediately react to anything that's going on around you. You can take a moment and breathe. When those negative thoughts and those limiting beliefs pop into your mind, recognize them for what they actually are, just thoughts. They are not absolute truths. They are just thoughts that your mind decided, hey, this will be fun to pop up right now. And when you're feeling overwhelmed, remember that you have the ability to pause, to breathe, to reset. Because that's the point of all of this. It's not to pretend the world is perfect. It's not to force yourself into some artificial state of calm. But it's actually to wake up and to start taking control of your own mind. So when you get up from this meditation, I want you to carry this awareness with you. And don't make meditation another thing you try once and forget about it. Well, I tried it, it didn't work. Because the truth is, the real work starts now when you get up from this session. So I hope that that's helped you understand a little more about what meditation is, what it's not, and how it can actually be helpful for you. I want to thank all of you for joining me today on this live. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel where I produce more lives and more long form content. I'll be adding some more shorts back into it with hypnotic thoughts of the day coming real soon. And if there's any topic you want me to cover in another live in the future, let me know. Send me a message, send me a comment, send it to me in smoke signals, however you can get it to me best. And I'll do my best to cover that topic for you, because I love teaching about how your brain works, how the mind and body are connected, and how to actually enjoy this life that you've been given. All right, thanks again for joining me. We'll see you on our next video real soon. Have a great day and have a great weekend.